Dave was convinced he was a cat person. He'd always preferred the aloof charm of felines to the hyperactivity of dogs. But all that changed the day a squirrel decided to turn his life upside down. It started innocently enough. A tiny, fluffy squirrel, no bigger than Dave's fist, had taken up residence in the attic. At first, it was just the occasional scampering noise, a bit of chewed insulation. Dave could live with that. But then the squirrel discovered the joy of collecting acorns, and it seemed to have an infinite supply of them. Acorns rained down from the ceiling like miniature meteor showers. Dave would be sitting peacefully, watching TV, when plink, an acorn would land on his head. He'd jump, startled, only to be greeted by another acorn to the face. It was like living in a constant state of acorn-induced surprise. Things escalated when the squirrel developed a taste for Dave's potted plants. It would dangle upside down from the ceiling, its little paws gripping a leaf, and proceed to munch away with gusto. Dave tried everything to deter the furry fiend. Water guns, loud music, even a cardboard cutout of a hawk. Nothing worked. The squirrel just seemed to enjoy the challenge. Finally, in desperation, Dave called a wildlife removal service. The man arrived, armed with traps and a knowing smile. "Squirrels are smart," he said. "We'll need to outsmart it." After a day of setting traps, the wildlife expert caught the squirrel. As he was carefully lowering the trap out of the attic, the squirrel managed to escape, scampering across the expert's face and down his arm. The expert let out a yelp that could be heard for blocks. Dave, watching from the sidelines, couldn't help but laugh. Maybe he wasn't a cat person after all. Perhaps he was a squirrel comedy aficionado. And as the squirrel disappeared into the neighbor's yard, he couldn't shake the feeling that he'd missed the little acorn-dropping menace.